Hi guys! No, I'm not here to sell you anything. I just want to share with you my experience about interviews in Japan. If you have ever searched a bit about how to live in Japan and stuff like that, you know that they're pretty strict with visas and that some can get the working holiday visa, like Canada, German, France, maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, Italians can't, so yeah. I wanted to see how it is to work with a Japanese company or how to get in a Japanese company. Even if I know that it's not what I really want to do, but still I thought if I don't try, you don't know how it will go, right? So, first of all, if you are applying for some positions from outside Japan, you need to be sure that they accept people from outside Japan, okay? Because sometimes it's one of the options, like they ask you the visa that you have, but then they tell you, no, sorry, we can't help you unless you're in Japan. Which doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, it's fine, it's totally fine, but then don't state that you can, at least. And yeah, but some of the others are okay, are even in English. The application form is even in English, and I think it's really easy if you're an English native speaker to find some kind of teaching position. Well, you still have to have qualifications, but some of them, like one that I found is just a bachelor's degree, or not even being a native speaker, but having been taught in English for like 3 years, I think. So yeah, that wasn't that bad, at least. Well, all of these things that I'm talking about, I'm not saying the names because I'm not here to advertise them, but if you're interested, message me and I will tell you in private. There are some companies that are fine with foreigners that live outside Japan, thanks God, but still you need to be in Japan for interviews. So even with a tourist visa, even visiting, it's fine, but you need to be physically there. And okay, that makes sense. I had like a kind of interview. By the way, interview in Japanese is mensetsu on Skype, and that's how I first talked with this company. And then when I was in Japan, I met them, and then they showed me a lot of options, jobs to which I could apply through them. They introduce you to the company that otherwise you wouldn't even know that it's hiring, right? But the first thing that it's important is that you speak Japanese. Like if you don't have any particular skills, like me, for example, like you're not IT, you're not an engineer, or stuff like that, it's important for you to know Japanese. Companies ask for N2, N1, JLPT N2, N1, but there are some that are fine just with conversational level, which is good, but you need to be specific on what you're searching for. Like, are you really sure you want to apply for a company that just speaks Japanese? So I'm just talking about my experience, okay? I'm not saying, okay, this is how it works, no. So with this recruit company, they showed me a lot of options, among which you can decide which one is the most suited for you. I told them that, yeah, I can speak Japanese, but I'm not like super skilled, okay? I said that so many times. Like, I don't know so many kanjis as I should, okay? So don't tell me to go there and when you know already that I have to that I have to use a lot of kanjis, okay? But I think that they get, of course, because that's their work, I mean their job, they get some kind of benefits if they introduce a lot of people to the company that ask them to do so. So maybe that's why they push you to do that. Anyway, it's a good experience to have an interview in Japanese and to see like if you can survive or not. Talking about the interview, there are usually many interviews. So you go first to one with a lot of people, a group one, and then you just talk like 5 minutes. There's the first screening and then there's another session and then you're in, or there's some others. It depends on companies, but it's still kind of a long process. If you plan on doing a lot of interviews while you're in Japan and you don't have a visa, so you can't stay long, maybe it's better to schedule them while you're away, if you manage to. And first of all, appearance. That's not how you should look like when you go to an interview. I mean, yes, you should have the sweet job hunting suits that are sold everywhere. This is for women, but still, men, it's even easier because you can find it really everywhere. I found them to be strict. Like, it's cool that you know already what you're gonna wear because you don't need to think about it. While in Italy, I'm always like, what should I wear? It's like more of a casual one or an elegant one. It depends, but at the same time, I don't like that because you can't show any of your personality, and yeah, well, anyway. Female shouldn't have nail polish, at least not like super sparkling one. It's just pink or, you know, like pale colors. The same goes for eyeshadow and stuff like that. Should be more like natural as possible. Hair, have them in a ponytail, like they can see your face and to show that you're tidy and neat. In this way, the company I was working with, they were really nice because they have a counselor and they advise you in how to present yourself. They give advice even about the layout of your curriculum vitae, of your resume, which has to be in Japanese, by the way. So first of all, do that so you have it and you're done with that. There are many templates for Japanese resume online. I can send you the one I used. That was fine. At least that's what I've been told. If you are in Japan already and like you are studying there, you have a visa, some kind of a visa already, it's way easier because they just need to change it. But if they have to give you a new one, it kind of takes more time. But of course they will if they really want you. The problem is that you risk to end up in a tricky situation, like they gave you the visa, so you can't really change job because it will be hard to find another sponsor and stuff like that. So yeah, think about all this stuff before you apply or before you think to apply. I went to some interviews. I was fine. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect, so I wasn't anxious or stuff like that. Just do what you can, right? Well, I had a surprise. There was like a kanji test, like for everyone. Okay, story time. All the other girls were Japanese, so it was just me. So it's not that they did that because you are foreign, so you need to know at least this, and this. No, they gave it to everyone. I remember doing that even for a part-time in the past, and they give you like calculations to do, like easy one, but still it's like, why should I do that? I mean, that doesn't happen in Italy, okay? If you're applying for, I don't know, being a waiter, they don't ask you to solve problems, okay? It happened to me for a maid cafe part-time, and I was surprised, but okay. But in this case, they gave me, the same kind of problems, which is all full of kanjis, of course, and also for me it was a kanji test, okay? Basically, because you had to write how you read this kanji, what does it mean, and how, or even like they wrote it in hiragana and you had to write it in kanji, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, but I can't do that. And I told that to my counselor, so I was totally surprised. I mean, I wouldn't have prepared anyway, but I was just like, why am I even doing that if I know that I can't do that anyway? But if you know Japanese, I think it could be easy for you. And if you don't, I would say you need to have some specific skills. And by the way, okay, I studied Japanese at university. Well done. That really helps. No, the thing is, like, this is kind of a regret of my youth, if I can say that, and maybe you don't care about that, but I hope it can help someone that maybe is, like, it's still young, and I feel so old. It's still young and it's choosing what to do with their studies, and it's like, oh, in the future, I may want to work in Japan, or I really want to work in Japan. Anyway, it's better to study something that it's specific, like for example, if you like it, of course, like mathematics or IT or anything except Japanese, because once you have a degree in Japanese, okay, I have other languages as well, but still, once you have a degree in Japanese, And then you go to Japan and you're like, hey, I can speak Japanese. Cool, like all the people here. So it's better to know how to do something in particular and then studying Japanese by yourself, or maybe you don't even need that, and then while working there and while living there you will naturally learn that. Also because all they care about is the JLPT, and the JLPT you can do that even if you're not majoring in Japanese, right? It's up to you. So yeah, that's my piece of advice. Unneeded probably, but still I need to say that to someone. At least I feel better for myself, like you learn something, teach that to someone else. Maybe I'm not just ready for kanji, maybe I should go study kanji. Yeah, let's all go and study kanji. I hope I didn't blab too much. Thanks for watching!